Namaste, bell butterflies, Zen zebras, Namaste ninjas, merry mermaids, merry mermen, and unique unicorns, and everybody else out there. So what I'm doing, I was preparing for this yesterday, and I couldn't do it, because I just couldn't do it. I didn't feel well last night. But I was up till about 12:30 trying to prepare, like from 10 o'clock on, 9 o'clock on, I was trying to prepare for these readings. So what I did was, I did my dowsing rods, but I already did them off the air. And yes, they are 100% copper.
Oh, you're on? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, they're 100% copper. And, so I asked a lot of questions, but I needed to do it for two children. Baby Quinton, which I did second, and also for Harmony. So I didn't know how I was going to do it, so I decided to just do it off the air, write down my notes, which I did in my book. This painting was inspired by little Harmony. She loves purple and pink. First I heard pink, and then I heard purple too, from somebody contacted me through an email that knows the family. Anyhow, so I'm going to let you know what I got through my notes. But if you had never saw me do a Harmony video, please go back to Mystic Brady and put in Harmony Montgomery, starting with my nightmare that I had, and then there's a few other ones that I did, and the reason why I'm off camera is because I think I concentrate better. I can concentrate better, and we're listening to Jason Stevenson music, and he allows me to do that because I had asked him for permission. So everybody go over to Jason Stevenson, give him some love, listen to his meditation music. You won't be sorry. Okay. So, yeah, so I can concentrate a little bit better when I'm off the air, when I'm not showing you my face. Anyhow, so first I'm going to go over everything I got from Harmony. From the dowsing rods and then the cards. Okay, so I'm anxious to do the dowsing rods first, so let me get the notes. Okay, so in case you didn't hear or you haven't heard, they have found evidence, new evidence. Oh, you don't want to see me. That I was trying to get a close-up of this angel. But anyway, they found new evidence, and they charged Adam Montgomery with her death, with Harmony Montgomery's death. Okay, so some stuff might sound like my soul sisters or even other psychics have, some of us get similar things, but don't get it twisted. I don't need to watch other psychics or write down their words, because I have my own head that has millions of things in it, and I have my own third eye and my gifts and talents from God, so I don't need to copy from anybody. So I'm going to be straight, like I always am with you guys, and let you know what I got. And some things have changed from the past, so I was very shocked about that. Namely, that Harmony was in a few different places. Okay, and this is all for entertainment reasons only, purposes only, and these are not facts from law enforcement. These are from my psychic head, okay? After much meditation, and I am connected to divine. But I see her in the house, being abused by her father, and the stepmother just being there, watching it, laughing sometimes, even giving out her own orders to little Harmony. Was made to take care of her younger siblings that Adam had with Kayla. I think there was 2 babies, and she was only 4 and 5 years old herself. She was made to clean up, help the baby from not crying, and then she was punished when the baby was crying, and he would make her stand in the corner. I don't know how much you have heard about Harmony. Very similar to Summer, but I would say in some ways worse, because in her young life she went from her mother lost custody of her and her little brother, and she visits her little brother. She shows me her little brother, and he was adopted out, and too bad they couldn't adopt Harmony as well. I think they were trying to, but anyway, she was tortured. Her young life was tortured. It was terrible, and she tried to be a good little girl, and she was always telling the father, no, I'll be good, and he wouldn't allow her to use the bathroom. So when she was standing in the corner at one point, and she was made to clean up with a toothbrush, clean the bathroom with a toothbrush. We're talking about a 4-year-old, okay, 4 to 5-year-old. Well, she was dead by 5, okay, so she was murdered by 5, allegedly, but we know it's true. Law enforcement has that much, and that's why they charged the monster. Okay, so the end of her life was almost as bad as the beginning of her life. She wasn't shown love. And she does visit her mother. She does love her biological mother. They had a few moments that were very beautiful. I know her mother did end up cleaning up at the end, but, too bad it was too late. And, she did not win back custody of her. But anyhow, let's just get back to the events, because it's just very heavy energy and it's just heartbreaking. Like right now, I feel like my heart is being squeezed and punched in the heart. Okay, so when I was doing the dowsing rods, I basically asked, yes and no questions at first. And I said, put the pictures in my mind. That's why I like to do it off the air. I know that Ra, the creator, does it too, and then she just reads what she got. It's a little bit easier because it's very like all your energy is being taken out of your body. So I was told to look at my map. Now, before I even started, like I did ask one question and they said, look at your map. So here is, well, I don't even think I could show you. New Hampshire. All right. So basically my question was, where is Harmony located? And I got northeast, like after a lot of questions, like I didn't just get this in a snap of a finger. I got northeast New Hampshire, near the border of Maine. Okay, now I'm not the great person with directions, so I had to meditate probably, 3 hours. And in my prayers, I ask them to help me with location. All right, so that's why I have a little baby map, that's for elementary school, because it helps me a little bit to see the placement. All right, so northeast New Hampshire, I asked over and over again because I asked if it was in the south, if it was closer to Boston, closer to, Massachusetts, closer to southwest, just anything with west, it said no. So I got northeast New Hampshire, near the border of Maine. Is that a place? Then I kept hearing a word that sounded like I'm from Staten Island, right? Staten Island, New York, which is northeast, but I heard like Stanton Avenue, Stanton, and then or Staten Street, right? So I don't know if that makes any sense. Then I heard Sanford, Maine, Stanley Road. I fell hot on that. Now I was like looking up streets on Google, okay, and which is really hard to do because there's so many. But when I thought of letter S, I said, what does your street name start with? What's the closest street? And I asked my spirit guides to help her. So, because when she was murdered, she was only 5, so she didn't really know streets. So you need the help of the spirit guides up there. So I got Sanford, Maine, I got Stanley Road, I got Fisher Pond Road. When I got Fisher Pond Road, I felt like that's why everybody thinks that she's in the water. And I originally thought she was in the water, right? And so what I got was that she was in the water. She's been moved. I think at first she was in the water, like in an area, in something plastic to keep her together in the water, and then she was taken back out because what's in the water usually comes up. And I think that they looked in the water for her. Anyhow, that doesn't jive with what a lot of psychics are getting. I'm just going to be truthful and tell you what I get. All right? So can I be wrong? Of course I could be wrong. Other people can be right. I don't give a crap. What I give a crap about is getting kids found. I don't have to get the credit. I don't do this for credit or money or kudos. I just want to use my gifts that God gave me, because if you're not using it, what is it? Why would he give this to me? Anyhow, so I got that she was in the water, then he took her out. She was placed near water, like something was keeping her down, like a place that nobody would go to. All right. Like I said, I felt like he moved her 2 different times, or possibly even 3. So she was killed in that house, the house that I had that bad dream in. And then I feel like she kept showing me a junkyard, because I kept saying, please show me in my mind as I'm doing the dowsing rods, as I'm burning candles and sage and also Palo Santo, all at the same time. That's my process. And asking over and over again, give me pictures in my mind, because I was like losing questions. I didn't know what questions to ask. So we just want her physical body. So I got the things that I told you about. Then I saw in my mind her going in the car, and something about a junkyard. I was looking up junkyards as well. But I couldn't make sense of it. So I asked like 3 times, are you in the water? And I hear not anymore. And I was like, did somebody else take you out? And just my dad, just daddy. So she's telling me that just daddy handled her body. I know it's horrible, but she's showing me, I asked her, did Kayla, your stepmom, know about it? And she said yes. Like, she looked up at me, like what I saw in my head was her blue eyes, like, the picture of her with her glasses like half on her nose, and she's looking up like at a tall person taking the picture. She looks so sweet and mousy. That's how she looked at me, but except she doesn't have glasses anymore. She does not need them in heaven because she has 20/20. Anyhow, but she looked up at me because almost like she's ashamed to say, yes, Kayla saw it. Yes, Kayla knows. Okay? Kayla did not help me. Kayla did not save me. What Kayla could do is maybe talk about everything that she knows about. because I'm pretty sure she's in jail as well. And the only way she could help is that. But when I pushed that point, will Adam tell the truth? It went to no. Will Kayla tell the truth? It was like halfway. But it was somebody else. It's a third person. So I asked about that, and it says somebody who knows KM and AM, somebody who knows Kayla Montgomery and Adam Montgomery. They're related to them somehow, maybe through blood, maybe through marriage, and they know and they will tell where Harmony may be, okay? Because they heard something through AM and KM. All right. So I hope that helps. But what I see was Adam taking her when she was first killed. And I don't want to go into the gory details because cops already know. So when she was killed, after he killed her, she was put in, I see a plastic container. And then I see her put somewhere. It smelled. The house smelled. They left soon after. Then I see her being, like maybe outside for a little while, but then him taking her back in the plastic and putting her in the refrigerator. And remember when a couple of months ago the cops went to the apartment that they stayed out for a short amount of time, and they took the refrigerator from the apartment that somebody else was living in. Why did they do that? Because they found DNA from Harmony. They knew that she was killed because the DNA that they found, it could just be blood. It could just be some kind of, liquids that come from the body. Even if you're in a plastic container, even if you're in a metal container, some parts of you, a dead body is going to drip out and not be, it's not going to be okay. It's around. Oh, my iPad just went off. Okay. So I got that. Somebody's going to tell. I don't know when the time frame is going to be. I hope this helps. And then I'm just going to do the cards that I got. So Northeast New Hampshire, timestamp. This is, what's today's date, babe? 26th or 27th?
26.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
26th. Yeah, I got to do this because, otherwise the haters, they try to say that it's their words, not mine, or I stole their words or some shit like that. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, so this is I actually started this on the 25th just to be specific, but October 26th, 2022, Northeast Harmony, Northeast New Hampshire, near the border of Maine. I felt hot on that. I felt hot on something with the S, or it sounds like Stanton, or maybe Staunton Street, or the junkyard where you could leave a junky car, a car that's totaled. I felt hot on that. Was in the water but out of the water now. But I could be wrong, I'm just a human over here trying to use my abilities. Related. Okay, someone knows KM, related to them, and AM. They know and they will tell where Harmony may be. Sanford, Maine was important. Stanley Road, Fisher Pond Road. Okay. All right. Now let me just do the cards. I asked Spirit to give me just a couple of cards. Okay. Little Harmony, and I got B&B motel by a motel or hotel. Okay. Fought for their life. Yes, she did. She kept saying, I'll be good, I'll be good, I'll be good. But you are good. You're already good. You're great, Harmony, aren't you? Okay, then I got, this as a clue. Ashy hair, male or female, the hair can be salt and pepper if they don't dye it. Blue eyes, fair skin, and they could have brown eyes. I'm sorry, brown hair. Okay, but the eyes are blue. Fair skin. Like the type of skin that would get sunburn. Okay, that just came up around their case. I got buried deep 6 to 10 feet. Okay, and I know a lot, and I myself got the water as well in the beginning, but I feel like she was taken out of there and moved again and buried close to the city, near the home. Okay, so there was a lot of houses or apartments that Kayla and Adam had, and then Adam was homeless, so he was living out of his car, and so was Kayla. So near the home could be either the home that she died in, and Spirit, give me a confirmation on this, please, if you can, the home that she died in, or somewhere he drove to and his home being his car. Okay, because you have to understand, when people are transient or living from place to place or living in their car, they go to a lot of places. So that's probably why the junkyard, I mean, do they have the cars that both Kayla and Adam lived in? Do they have that in evidence, or is that at a junkyard? Is that why I'm seeing a junkyard as being important? Okay. So then the two cards that I got for Harmony, I got Archangel Shamuel. Okay, and these are from my soul sister Ruby Tuesday, just a Texas medium, and I'll tell you what that means. And I got this one, Be Content. Okay, so let me tell you what those two cards mean, and then I'll move on to Quinton. Also, please check out Genocide Jen, because she's the one who asked the Soul Sisters to do another read on these two angels, and she has a bunch of beautiful videos up. But I have to give her credit. That's why she's in the thumbnail. Okay, because she asked us, me, Crystal Medicine, Genocide, and Ruby, just Texas medium, to see what we got. Okay, I gotta get my glasses. They're not in there. They're not in there. Hold on, I gotta go get it. Sorry about that, guy. I had to go search for them, and I found my red one, so that's good. Okay, so we have Archangel Shamuel, which is 4 for sweet Harmony. Even looks like her. It's love, tolerance, and peace. The meaning is he who sees God. Oh, I love that. Shamuel teaches us purity of true love and unconditional love, love for self and love for others. She assists us in seeing the beauty of our own soul in order to see the beauty in others at a heart level. Shamuel will help you when you are struggling with relationships with friends or loved ones. and will help give you insight into repairing wounded relationships or help you recover from broken relationships. She helps you to be non-judgmental of those people who are in your life and find common ground, respect, compassion for personal journeys. She brings families, communities, and countries together, bringing about global peace. That's beautiful. Okay. And she asks, do you feel you are not deserving of love? Do you struggle to show your feelings and affection to others? And so remember, this is Harmony's telling us this is important. I love myself and others unconditionally. That's the affirmation. I love myself and others unconditionally. I love myself and others unconditionally. I open my heart to Archangel Shamu's love, bringing peace and love to the world. I open my heart to Archangel Shamu's love, bringing peace and love to the world. That's gorgeous. And then we have be content, the other message from Harmony. Okay. And this is about serenity, acceptance, and peace. And she is the angel of peace. And she wants you to know how to find contentment in a world that seems to be filled with strife, struggle, and fear. Find a space within you where you're able to accept certain things as they are, to give you greater peace of mind. Do you constantly worry about the past and the future? Do you struggle to find contentment in your life? Tell yourself, I find serenity by releasing that which I have no control over. I find serenity by releasing that which I have no control over. I have much in my life that gives me a sense of peace and contentment. I have much in my life that gives me a sense of peace and contentment. Thank you, Harmony. I appreciate that. Okay, so now we're going to do our sweetheart, Quinton. And the reason why I'm using this is just because this painting, it's not done. I still have to put the glitter, the turquoise. But I feel like Quinton liked green and blue. Okay? That's just what I got. All right, so I got to light another piece. Babe, is it all right if I light something? Okay, because my music went dead. So I gotta have a little. Okay, so everybody knows, or if you clicked onto this video, you know that there's a little boy in Georgia named Quinton Simon. He's been missing since October 5th. And supposedly the grandmother who he lived with, who had custody of him, went to go out of town out of work, to work out of town, and she left the 3 children that she was responsible for, a newborn baby that's 4 months old, a little girl, and Quinton's brother, who I think is 3 years old, and Quinton was 20 months, not even 2 years old yet, in the care of a woman, the biological mother of the kids, her daughter, who wasn't supposed to have contact with them. Okay, so we don't know if she was out of town. I think, well, maybe we know. I've had to rely on this, so this little stone from Tracy. So thank you, Tracy. It's given me a lot of peace. I definitely needed my angel. My angels are around me today. Okay, so let me just put these aside because my cards are mixed up. All right. I usually don't do it this way, but it needed to be done, and now it's done. Okay, so what I got for Quinton is I kept asking, they're still looking for him. They haven't found him in the landfill. Supposedly the grandmother, Billy Joe, had said that the daughter admitted that, she killed him and she put him in the landfill. Then the story has been changing. She was against the daughter. Now they're going out partying. As the FBI and police have been searching the landfill for many days, over a week, and they have not located him yet. So with my dowsing rods, my Madame Zeldas, I had to ask these questions to the spirit guides of Quinton, Simon, and also to my spirit guides, because it takes a while to get the connection going. So I had asked, Quinton, are you even in the landfill? At first I got no. And so what I had to do is I had to tap in a few more times, because, you don't want to get the wrong information just because you're not tapped in. So I said, I didn't feel like that answer was correct. I feel like he's there, but there's some other clues going on, and I'm going to tell you about all of the clues that I got. So I said, Quinton, are you in the landfill? Can they find Quinton Simon's body in the landfill? And it said yes. So the dowsing rod said yes. And then I asked it again. I asked it 4 times because I wanted to make sure that that was where he was. Because now all of a sudden the mother and the grandmother are coming out and trying to do crocodile tears, and they got a story, a different story, like he was taken from the house. Well, what happened to the story that Leilani did not remember, but she definitely killed him and put him in the dump? Right? She put him out to she put him out to the garbage because she knew the garbage would be coming at like 9 o'clock. So she didn't call law enforcement to say he was missing until after 9. Okay? Way after 9. And then all of a sudden the babysitter was being blamed. Meanwhile, the babysitter was called at 5 a.m. saying, we don't need you today, because the mother, Leilani, is staying home with the kids. So, all of these things I have meditated on, and if you didn't see my other videos on Quinton, you can go back to them and see my walk and talks, my cold readings on him, and then I did my card reading. That was not too long ago. Okay, so like a week ago. Okay, so I kept asking about his location because they're looking for him, they're not finding him, and all of a sudden the daughter Leilani, who AKA admitted to her own mother that she killed him and threw him out with the garbage, then all of a sudden the story was that she drove to a dumpster that was over by a trailer park, RV park, and put him in the dumpster and then sat there waiting for the sanitation to pick up that dumpster or empty it into the bigger dumpster. Okay? I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that was speculation or that was rumor, because there's a lot of rumors going on. Okay. But what's true is the mother and her daughter went out partying, went to a hotel, and was doing shots of Patron, and spent up to $300 on their bill. Okay? This is while your baby is missing. This is why your baby, your son, that you're acting like somebody came in the house and took them. Okay? Don't buy it. All right? Then a lot of people were saying that he drowned in the pool. Okay? Now, they drained the pool. They did drain the pool. So I don't know what, they're not telling us what they got after they drained the pool. Some people are saying, oh, he drowned in the bathtub, and the boyfriend and Leilani were too high to know what was going on, and then she just had the boyfriend throw him out. Now, there's too many stories, so I asked Spirit. Okay, and this is what I got. Quinton. Baby Quinton. I asked, because I started meditating him on the other day, like the 24th. I asked Tylee Ryan, my spirit guides, to help me. I asked Sincere and Classic to come about and help me. I asked Gannon. I asked Evelyn, baby Evelyn. She's not a baby anymore. I think she shows herself like as a little kid. She wants to be a little kid. Kaylee, Anthony, and Summer. All right. Where can we find baby Quinton? Okay, Quinton Simon. All right. So then go to where Leilani dropped off at the first dumpster. Okay. So I felt like in there was evidence, some kind of evidence that was overlooked. The dumpster and the landfill, piles of dirt, wood, paper, clothes, strips of rags, and smells. Okay. There's a cemetery card that came up in my cold reading the last time. All right. Not my cold reading, and my regular card reading with my cards that I made. And I didn't think there was a cemetery near the landfill, but somebody says there is. Somebody texted me that. Anyhow, I got 25 feet deep. That was important. 25 feet deep. All right. Leilani hit him in the head. He was showing me different things. This is dowsing rods. When I was just trying to tap in with the dowsing rods, and I say I'm open and receptive to receiving any kind of information, please show me. Please let me smell, feel, hear, and see clues to the person I'm trying to find or the baby I'm trying to find. Okay? And when I did that, I see medicine in a cup. I see he kept crying because his ear hurt, a runny nose, feeling like a hot head, ear and headache, runny nose, cold. Andrew and Bubba. Andrew, I believe, is the boyfriend. I asked many questions about him because I didn't like that he went far away or went away. But, really, who would want to be involved with Leilani? Anyhow, Andrew and Bubba not responsible. Bubba is Quinton's father. That's his nickname, Bubba. Because she tried to blame it on him, too. She's tried to say that he came over and stole him. Okay? So there's a lot of finger pointing, but I'm just telling you what my dowsing rod said. My dowsing rod said Andrew and Bubba are not responsible. And I got the red bag that I originally saw is not with him anymore. So either he fell out of it or it just, got pushed away. But I did see a red bag. I don't know if that is still, there's still evidence of that in the original dumpster that he was put in, or maybe it got stuck to the side. Like being two wrappings. Like I feel like he was in not only like a garbage bag, but like another bag.
I go back in the hospital tomorrow. You do?
Okay. Then I have Billy Joe, grandmother, knows a lot. She's responsible too. Okay? Because I asked that with the dowsing rods. Who else is responsible for Quinton missing, Quinton's murder? They said Billy Joe is responsible too. Okay? They need to check for more evidence in the backyard and the woods. Because at first I said, is he in the woods and not at the landfill? Like after it said no once, I'm not at the landfill because they haven't found him yet. But the dogs hit on it. The cadaver dogs hit on it at the landfill. So he is somewhere there. But they said that the backyard, I don't know if they put the cadaver dogs through the woods. And you know how they have a big house? I mean, just go on Bullhorn Betty's or Dolly Vision's channel and you'll see they're standing outside the house, behind the house. And Leilani said when she did her interview with her mother, I think they did a 10-minute interview. You know, they tell on themselves when they do that. And I'm so happy they did an interview because I watch it over and over again. I watch it without voices so that I put the volume on 0 so that I could just look at their body. And you know who she reminds me of? Evelyn Boswell. When Evelyn Boswell was, not Evelyn Boswell, the mother, Megan Boswell, when she was coming on looking for her baby, supposedly, she would force herself to do the fake cry, and there was no tears. But you can fake cry and force yourself to have tears because you're thinking about yourself in a jail cell. That's why. She's not worried about a son. And she's saying she doesn't like to be in the house anymore because, why? Because that's where she killed him. So they hang out in the backyard. That's what she says she does. Okay. Whatever. My heart bleeds for you. But I just feel like something is out in the backwoods behind the house. Like, not him, not Quinton, but something, maybe something bloodied, and she buried it. So I hope that they have the dogs go back there. If even if they did it before, I hope they do it again, because maybe something was planted a different day. You know, like I keep on seeing October 6th, like after they looked initially and then they went away, or they didn't even look yet, you know. Anyhow, I got a heavy feeling on that, a hot feeling on that one. So they need to check for more evidence in the backyard woods, according to my dowsing rods, Madame Zelda's. I call my dowsing rods Madame Zelda, okay, because my father used to call me that. Whenever he wanted me to read his palm, he would say, "What does my hand say, Madame Zelda?" Okay, so the cadaver dogs could find evidence. Now this is Quinton telling me. Every once in a while he would jump in, and he said, "Hit my head. Hit my ear hurt. My ear hurts bad. I'm scared, and I'm sad, and my head feels hot. Mommy's mad at me. I'm at the landfill. Will find me 25 feet. I keep on getting the 25 feet. And this is what made me sad. Because I kept saying the thing, what colors are around you? Is it green? I went through colors, and every color was getting no. The dowsing rods were crossing an X in front of me, really strong. No, is there red around you like that? And then they showed me that red bag or red tote or whatever it was that was red, or red blanket is gone, like separated from him. So then I went through all the colors, and then I said brown. You know, just, is it brown? Is there something object near you brown? And then they went crazy and they gave me a hug. They opened up wide for yes. So something brown around him. So then I was like, is it a toy? Then all of a sudden they showed me a brown bear. A brown bear in my mind as I'm doing the dowsing rods and I have everything lit. So they show me a brown bear, and I said, honey, Quinton, do you have a brown bear? Did mommy bury you with a toy? And I kept on getting yes. I kept on getting the dowsing rods open wide. Hit me until I stopped crying. Fractured head, fractured skull. With Jesus. I love my brother. Okay. Red bag is not with me anymore. Diana loves me. Brown bear, boo. So these are just words that I hear. Diana loves me. I believe that's the baby. I asked if the babysitter was responsible for him being missing or anything to do with his death, and it said no right away. No. Does Diana care for him? I said, did Diana love him? And it wasn't opening. And then you know what? I rephrased it. I said, does Diana love Quinton? And it opened up really wide and gave me a hug. And the reason being is because she still loves him. She still has a little hope that he's alive, but it doesn't even matter if he's alive or he's passed to the spirit world, because Diana, the babysitter, showed him the most amount of love than anybody. And that includes his grandmother. Sorry, Billy Joe. Sorry, not sorry. That's true. Okay, so Brown Bear Boo, or somebody called Boo. Okay. Yeah. He goes around his brother, his spirit. He's worried about his brother. He didn't really talk about his sister, but I guess he was more aware of his brother. His sister is only like 4 months, and he's a baby himself, so I guess he's like, because I kept on hearing like I thought somebody was saying candy cane, but I think he was calling his brother's name, and it sounds like that. I don't want to say his brother's name because he's in foster care right now, and I think his father. There's all 3 different fathers. I believe she has 3. She had 3 kids. She had 3 different fathers, and she's only 22. No judgment. Okay, just the facts. All right. So that was the notes that I got, and I was still open and receptive to receiving it when I was shuffling the cards. So the last part is the cards. And I got Baby Quinton. I do my crime cards first. I said, where is Baby Quinton? And I got near rural farmland. Where is Baby Quinton? I got desert tumbleweed. So that could be like the stuff that's on top of him. Not necessarily tumbleweed, but garbage. And look what color that is. Brown. Okay. Under the sun, so he's outside. Okay. And they'll find him in the sun. And look what card came up again. Church or cemetery. Okay, but I think this card came up the last time, and it makes me sad. I hope it's not true. Time frame. 10 or more years? I hope not. I hope not. Maybe that's the time frame of somebody's prison sentence. Okay. Then I also wanted to just do for him, I wanted to do my Kipper deck, because a lot of times I get very good, clues with the Kipper. So I said, in regards to baby Quinton Simon, 20-month-old, how, please, let us know how we can find clues to find him, to get at what happened to him, baby Quinton. And I got a false person. Oh, how, what a surprise. All right, let me just put this here. And I actually have little stands that I bought, little easel stands, but there was so much stuff on my table that I couldn't handle it. So, I don't know, I put those little stands somewhere. Okay, let me just read number 8, what that means. Where's my glasses? A false person. I'm going to say Leilani comes to mind as a false person. She wears a mask. I believe that came up in my cards the last time too. But, however, there's another false person, and that's Billy Joe. Sorry, not sorry. Okay. In this challenging card, we see a sly and evasive woman hiding her real expression behind a Spanish fan. At the side of the marble hall lurks a mysterious and somewhat sinister man in a fancy dress mask. Is it just their costumes for the ball, or are they up to no good? What are they hiding? Drama kings and queens. I love that. Drama kings and queens, and lovers of trouble, manipulators, frenemies. However, you want to phrase it, watch out. This card has the power to turn beneficial cards to their opposite when next to them. Lies and liars, danger and deceit, even far away. It may mean treachery. Don't trust everybody or everything you see. Even salt looks like sugar. Booger sugar? This card warns you against dishonesty and deception. Hold your cards close. Check your motivation and targets. Okay. It indicates deceit and a dishonest person working against you or behind the scenes. Close to the significator, it warns of danger and bad luck, betrayal and loss. Yeah, the user of the fan and a suggestion of the masquerade ball provides an ideal scenario for falsehood. Behind the costumes and masks, you can indeed become someone else, or perhaps this is an opportunity to be what you really are. What is the real you? Okay. Yeah, so for me, reading the cards, I'm getting that as Leilani and also Billy Joe, because I don't feel like I think she's putting out a lot of different stories too that are not true. And isn't it funny? We got thief. I gotta get hooked on phonics. Okay, card 24. And we get thief, and this is a very challenging and negative card. In a dark and foggy alley with distant gas lamps on the wrong side of Marble Arc, we meet the ragamuffin pickpocket, the thief. Literally, this card means theft, embezzlement, and loss, either material or emotional, or sometimes both. If the card is in front above the significant, you may recover. Okay. More abstractly, it stands for what has been taken away, removed, separated, distant, or absent. Thief can stand for few or fewer, in contrast with card 11. Okay. It indicates a loss, not just the literal sense of a theft, but simply missing out on something. The theft card can sometimes present dishonesty of thought and approach for rather than a physical act. Just remember and consider what was honestly earned and genuinely yours. This card represents the loss or theft of any kind. It could be money, goods, love, or friendship. If ahead of the significator, sorry, I can't say that word, there's a chance of recovering the loss. Okay. Now, what do I think this means? All right, so I read you what the book says. What I think this is, notice there's 3 people. See that little boy? Okay, see the woman and the man? They're not looking at him. He's stealing something, right? But I feel like this is Quinton, and these 2 people are so involved in their own selves, they don't see the boy as being important, okay? So whoever murdered and took away the life of baby Quinton, they are the true thief, okay? Because Quinton could have grown up to become a beautiful person and given love to many people and invented something that would help the world. Instead, he was snuffed out as a 20-month-old baby. And even before that, he had bruises on him. And the babysitter, I did find out, the babysitter did report it. She had an ongoing case. She can't talk about it right now because that's private. It's an ongoing case right now. And then the last one I got was thoughts, 16. Now, when I concentrate on the cards, I always ask, what clues do we have to where is Clinton, baby Clinton, Quinton. Not Clinton. Quinton. Okay. And this card represents the thoughts of a man the questioner is interested in. His thoughts are positive when not touching certain cards. Okay. This card is perhaps Kipper's greatest gift. Great gift. At last, a card directly addressing thoughts, matters of the mind. The card generally positive. Here we meet the artist in his studio, adrift in his vision, and struggling to realize his perfect portrait of a lady. While traditionally, oh my gosh, I just got a feeling, a thought. Okay, thank you for that. That was a validation. Okay, so basically, what I was getting when I feel this card and ask about this card, what it means, is that there's going to be a male energy that speaks, that helps to find baby Quinton. There's going to be a male energy that might be directly or indirectly involved with the family, and they're going to give the police, the FBI, the clues that is needed to find baby Quinton and to find out what happened to baby Quinton. Okay. Yeah, they might have already spoken to the police, but they're going to talk again. And I see 3 times because they just showed me 3 fingers in my head 3 times. Okay, they might have already talked once out of the 3. And yeah, they're like in a meditative state. They're just... It's good that people are protesting, because when people stop protesting, when people stop to like talk about summer, for example, summer moon, that's when, you know, people get away with what they did to her. Okay, and then they forget about her. So people protesting in peaceful ways. They don't have to do it in, you know, don't go onto the property, but you could stand out there with signs. You could stand out there talking. You could stand out there, you know, representing the voice of Quinton. Okay, so this person is watching. They know the family. They're involved either directly or indirectly, and they can hold the key. It's a man. Yes. Anything else you want to tell me about him? It's causing him a lot of pain. It's just that he has information. He has information on Leilani and the mother. Yeah. He's going to tell the truth, though. He's going to tell the truth for baby Quinton. He will. Okay, so then it was funny because I got when I was doing the cards, the angel cards for little Harmony, you know, the deck is big, the angel cards are big, but I concentrated and I said, I just want this 2 cards for Harmony, a card for Harmony. What does Harmony want to tell us? And I got 2 female cards for her, angel cards for her. And then when I did it for Quinton, I was like, oh, I wonder if I'm just going to get a female card again. And it's 2 male cards. Okay, so I got Speak from the Heart. Isn't that beautiful? And then Archangel Raguel. All right, so I'm going to tell you what this means because it's very important what the angels have to say. And that's number 25. And this card means speak from the heart, truth, communication, honesty. Yes, that's what we need. Baby Quinton wants them to be honest. The angel of communication. We are conditioned to believe that we need to say things in order to please others. Speaking from the heart is not only about speaking your truth, but also empowering your words with love and compassion. When you speak openly and honestly, your words carry strength and deeper meaning. When you allow others to do the same, you are honoring and empowering them. There are many times when you need to adjust your words in order to not to hurt another's feelings, but always try to be truthful and kind. Speaking from the heart allows you to openly share with others your true beliefs, feelings, hopes, and joys, as well as other struggles. By doing so, you'll be able to draw friends and family closer to you, sharing and acknowledging each other's authentic selves. Okay, so the question the angels ask, do you feel empowered to speak from the heart? Or do you usually say what others expect you to say? Okay, and this is what this man is struggling with, that knows some more information about Leilani and Billy Joe and the family in general. Okay, he's a little bit afraid. Okay, so what affirmation you say is, I speak my truth with heartfelt love and compassion. I speak my truth with heartfelt love and compassion. I speak, sometimes that means he can say the truth, like maybe Leilani was a lot of fun at one point. Maybe Leilani and Billy Joe were a loving family at one point. Maybe they showed love of certain type to each other at one point, whatever the relationship was. Maybe they're a friend of the family, maybe they're by blood, I feel like they're a friend or a boyfriend, ex-boyfriend. Okay. So you could talk about what was good about that person, but then you can also be truthful and say, something that always bothered me that they did was blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you could say the whole truth, and that really will set you free. I speak my truth with heartfelt love and compassion. I encourage others to speak their truth. I encourage others to speak their truth. I encourage others to speak their truth. Okay, and the next one that I got was Archangel Raguel. And that is number 7. Okay, and what that means is, okay, justice. Oh, thank you for that. Justice, fairness, and resolution. Meaning of the name, friend of God. Raguel has dominion over the other angels and archangels, maintaining harmony in the angelic realm. On earth, he helps maintain harmony and fairness of all things. He can be called upon to resolve disputes, ensuring justice for all concerned. If you feel you've been unfairly treated, Raguel can assist you in finding a means to remedy the situation, bringing understanding to all parties involved. Call upon Archangel Raguel for assistance in all legal matters too. Raguel can give you clarity of thought and settle your emotions, enabling you to take the right course of action in any situation. Raguel asks, do you feel you have been unfairly treated? And are you struggling with circumstances that when there seems to be no justice? Yes, amen. Tell yourself, I am able to resolve all disputes in my life with Archangel Raguel's guidance. I am able to resolve all disputes in my life with Archangel Raguel's guidance. So I'm going to ask Archangel Raguel right in front of all my subs and all the people that watch me, and all the friends and all my soul sisters. Archangel Raguel, could you please help us to get justice for Quinton, to get justice for Harmony and Summer, and all the people, Suzanne, Dylan, Lena, Michael Joseph Vaughn, Monkey, all the kids. Oh, I have you right here. Sincere and Classic, Michael Joseph Vaughn, Summer Moon Utah Wells, Harmony. Harmony on there? Harmony's on there. Harmony's right there. Lena, Quinton, 20 months. This card is getting too full. Okay, so I'm asking Archangel Raguel, could you please help us to get justice for baby Quinton? Thank you. Okay. Tell yourself, I treat others fairly, bringing harmony in my life. I treat others fairly, bringing harmony in my life. I treat others fairly, bringing harmony in my life. I'm able to resolve all disputes in my life with Archangel Raguel's guidance. I hope that helps. Namaste, everybody. Justice for baby Quinton.